Continuing coverage of the Memorial Day weekend, it's important to stay safe while you're out celebrating.
Of course it is, and the Oklahoma Highway Patrol says 75% of fatalities over this holiday weekend are alcohol and drug-related crashes.
Fox 23's Michelle White is live after speaking with a woman who lost her daughter after a drunk driver hit her on a Memorial Day.
Jackie Prather was in complete denial when she got the call from her ex-husband that their 16-year-old daughter Nikki was gone. She thought it had to be a mistake. Now, 17 years later, she speaks 3 times a year with Victims' Voices to drunk driver offenders to let them know what the after effects are when someone loses their life to a drunk driver.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, yes, you need to send somebody right now. There are 2 people in between these 2 cars. It is a dire emergency. Okay, we are on the way. Thanks.
What you heard is the moment when a witness to the crash that took 16-year-old Nikki Prather's life saw the bodies of Nikki and her best friend, Jihan, crushed between the 2 vehicles. It was a sunny Sunday morning. They had a flat tire and were waiting on the shoulder of the road for a friend to come help them when a drunk driver hit them.
He got kicked out of the bar that morning. He drove a few miles, spotted their car completely onto the shoulder of the road, hit them square, pinned the girls between the 2 vehicles, hit them at 40 miles an hour with no brakes, and pushed the car 51 feet. He got out and started walking away.
Nikki lived with her father in California, but had just been home to visit her mom and baby brother a few months earlier. It was the last time Jackie saw her daughter. These are the recent numbers of fatalities in Oklahoma over Memorial Day weekend. In 2020, 12 out of 13 involved alcohol or drugs. And in 2021, it was 3 out of 4. Jackie now speaks with Victims' Voices to drunk driving offenders about what the aftermath of losing her daughter is like.
So I want them to be able to make the connection between she was a living, breathing person, and that's the last picture I have of her.
And she wants to help them make better choices so no one else suffers the loss of loved ones from drunk driving. She says she quickly forgave the drunk driver who killed Nikki and Jihan and who only served 5 years for killing the 2 girls.
Absolutely.
How?
Being angry or whatever doesn't hurt him at all. All it does is hurt me. He did not wake up that morning and think, I'm going to drive around and kill a couple of teenagers.
And she says her daughter's story has meaning if it keeps others from suffering the same fate. And Prather speaks for Victims' Voices, as I said, 3 times a year around Green Country, and remarkably, she checks in on the man who killed her daughter to make sure he's on the right path. Live in Tulsa, covering news that matters, Michelle White, Fox 23 News.